Okay, so here we are. I went ahead and I chopped up the first bar of the Castile soap. Phone is ringing there. That'll be answered shortly. But you can see the type of knife I used to go ahead and cut it. Just press through it. It's not too hard to chop up. But I'm going to go ahead and do this for the remainder of the bars. And then we're going to keep going. Okay, so I went ahead and put the 3 bars in there after I chopped them up. Put them in the Ninja. Started blending it up some. And as you can see, it's kind of clumpy now. The thing I like about this Ninja is that it has the double blades. So it gets all the height of the soap higher up. So I'm just loosening up some of the soap that started sticking to the side. And I'm just going to turn it back on for a few more moments. And when it's done, it should look very powdery. And so here we go, round 2. All right, so this is where we're at. Shout out to reusing stuff from last year, other poisons we entertained, AMC's 2018. We bought the annual bucket of popcorn because we were really going to the movies a lot, but won't be using that anymore just because that popcorn is actual poison. But it's great now for holding all of this newly made laundry detergent. So this is just the 3 bars of the Castile soap in addition to the Laundry Booster Super Washing Soda. So just a little bit on what this is. This is literally heated up baking soda. Literally. Apparently the molecular structure changes when it gets to a certain temperature. So if you wanted to go ahead and buy baking soda, stick it in the oven, go ahead and heat it up to like 475 or something like that for an hour, you can do that, or you can just buy it already done. To me, that was a no-brainer, but that was also why I didn't deem it necessary to put more baking soda in something that already had a bunch of baking soda in it. And so, yeah, so that was kind of how I came to that thought process. Just because this is my first time, especially as well, I didn't want to do any additional things that I just didn't think were necessary. One thing that I will say is that lessons learned. Earlier in the video, I went ahead and chopped up the 3 bars of soap and put them right in here. And I showed a little bit of that. Next time, I would go ahead and mix in some of the powder, and I actually did see that in another video. I just didn't do that this time, and that's just a newbie hiccup, because I think, in theory, it would have helped not have so much residual on the side of the Ninja, but not a big deal because this is soap. I just wash it out, no big deal. So, and that's why you saw me use this plastic knife at times, just to kind of clear out some of these edges. Sorry, this video will not be edited because it is not that serious in my life to have to go and make this video super perfect. If anything, I'm trying to make it efficient, not perfect. So, so you will see some hiccups there. So the last step that I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and put the tea tree oil and the lemon. This is the scent. And as well, the tea tree oil is supposed to be antifungal and all of those kind of things. So that's supposed to be good for the laundry as well as the lemon. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there now. So I'm going to return this. This is just Castile and washing soda. I'm going to return this back into here. This all cannot fit at once. So I do have a second bowl that I'm doing half and half in. This was a bowl from Walmart, 97 cents, no big deal. And so I'm going to take half of this, put it back in there, put about 10 drops of both oils in there, blend it or put it on crush. I put it on a crush cycle just to try to get those granules of the Castile soap down as fine as possible. And I'm going to go ahead and do that for about 30 or 45 seconds. Then I'm going to go ahead and dump that into the blue bowl, then do the second half, put it all together, and we're good to go. So I'll be back in a moment. So here we are with the second half of the batch. If I can tell you, this smells so good. So this is the first batch of the me adding the lemon and tea tree essential oil. It smells really, really nice. And this is the second batch. I went ahead and put it in a Ninja. And like I said, I'm going to put it on crush. So I just wanted to go ahead and get a couple of seconds of this actual piece. Literally, I just put it on there. Actually, turn it on because that's helpful. And just let it go. I'm going to let it run for a couple more seconds, but I just wanted you to get an opportunity to see kind of some of the granules on the top just moving around. Keeping in mind, again, you want it to be a fine powder like this. And the biggest piece about this being a fine powder is so that it dissolves quickly in your water in your machine. You do not want it to be sitting there clumping up or anything like that in your machine, and it's not a big deal. The warmer water you use, the easier this will dissolve. And this is the same process you would use even if you were using a store-bought powder. By design, I didn't use store-bought powders. I was a liquid girl, and I did see a number of videos on how to make the liquid, and that was just way too much work. I was like, I am willing to go natural because the chemicals is a thing, and that's what happens with a lot of people who go natural on their detergents and on a lot of their products they put on their body. There's a reason for that. And so I definitely want to stay away from the chemicals and so forth. But I know I also need to be honest with myself and how much work I'll do and put in this. Because you only use a tablespoon for each load, this is going to last me a long time. So that's why I was willing to entertain even putting in this work. Since this is my first time, I know it's taking a little bit longer than it probably would because literally the most labor-intensive part was cutting up the Castile soap in the beginning and then now doing this. So it's very, very simple. It's just once you get your rhythm, like with anything else, it'll speed up. So I'm going to show you the finished product and go from there. All right, so this is it. I wanted to show you exactly what it looked like just coming out of the Ninja, as well as it getting dumped in this bowl. I'm going to take this. These are both the same thing now, and it smells amazing with the lemon and the tea tree. And I'm going to go ahead and dump it back into my reused 2018 AMC popcorn bucket. And from there, I have to run to the store and get an airtight glass jar to put this all in. I took for granted that I had a bunch of mason jars, and some of them were sitting for a really long time, so they're kind of rusted. So I'm going to go ahead and run to the store and get an airtight jar to put them in. But then from there, we're good to go. It's finished. So I purposely decided to change my sheets today so I could do a first run with cleaning my sheets just to kind of see what it looks like, how it feels, how everything feels. So I'm going to go ahead and end that video with the end result of how it feels, how the sheets washed as a result of using this. So that'll be the last thing in this video. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so here we are. I decided I'll do a separate video of the results on the sheets. I'll upload that separately. I just want to go ahead and close this video out. One thing that I would absolutely say in making this, oh, and you can see from the light how much it made. So this is, I think it's a gallon bucket. I don't even know how big this bucket is. But, oh, that's the TV in the back. Let's pause that. Okay, so that was an Amber Alert. So I had to take a moment to kind of hear the details on that. But, yes, so always something. So as we can see, this makes a good amount of detergent. I think it'll last us a good while. And as I was showing earlier, lemon and tea tree oil by Aurora. I don't know. I got this tea tree oil from Sprouts. And I got this one. This is a ½ ounce bottle. And I know this will last a long time. I got this one. They did have a ½ ounce that was totally organic. But when I spoke to the girl in there, I said, well, essentially totally organic just means that the plants that this oil was derived from was organic. And I was like, the fact that it was derived directly from the plant and not from some manufactured fragrance oil, I was fine with getting the non-organic essential oil. I was just like, this is just a better buy, and I'm going to do this. So I still feel good in terms of natural from there. So I'll do a separate video on how this turned out. This did not take me long at all really to do. So probably about 30 minutes. And so I'll let you know. Thanks for watching. If you committed all the way to the end, thank you so much. Just trying to get healthy, just trying to not be another medical statistic, just while I'm still young enough to go ahead and take control of the day-to-day things and not be as lazy, just conforming to modern conventions. So this is my little part of trying to get my life. And so, yeah, so I'll be back soon with the close of how it went. Thanks.